I got stats to back it up. We're numbers people, right? Hey guys, we are back with another video. Today we got a nicer video from Crew Season. We're discussing cohabitation today. Should get interesting. So let's jump right into it.
It with your partner before you marry him. The moment y'all say y'all real serious and you thinking about that, you need to move this person in or you need to move in with them just to see if they trifling and all these type of things, bro. Because you don't know how a person really is until you dealing with them every day. The moment you get off work, that's who you see. The moment you wake up, that's who you see. He be a great man outside of you because y'all only dealing with each other for a few hours. Y'all have a good time. But the moment you start dealing with, he turned to a whole monster. You're not gonna marry that. You're not. But you married him before that, and now you stuck. Now he don't want to give you a divorce and all these type of things. You could have dealt with that before then. Same with the man. Like you may be dealing with a woman that you meet her, she living with moms or something. She don't want to work. You get what I'm saying? You marry this woman and then you find out she still don't want to work. She don't want to progress y'all. Yeah, that may not be your partner.
Wrong. That's my reaction. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Now I see this gentleman got a wedding ring on, so it looks like he is a married man. That's what it appears to be. It's just not true. This isn't true. And you know why we know it's not true? Because guess what? We didn't live together before we got married. 21 years ago, when this woman became my bride, I had not lived one day with her. Not one day under the same roof. So why do people struggle? See, why do people struggle when it comes to marriage in general? What's the number one thing we tell people?
Communication.
Absolutely. So if you're not talking before you get married, of course you're going to be surprised about this person. Of course you're going to be like, I didn't know you. I didn't know that about you. You know why? Because you're jumping into bed together. That's what you're doing. And that's what most people do today. With this hookup culture and all things that are going on, you're too busy humping to get to know who you are, to get to know who you're sleeping with. And you think living with somebody is just, you like to leave your toothbrush on the counter. Oh, okay. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, you got an attitude when you wake up in the morning. Not that big of a deal. But the problem is you're so blinded by the sex and by all the other things that y'all are doing, taking the trips and all this stuff together and all this stuff. It doesn't matter. A couple living together before they got married is a new concept. It's probably like a 20th century concept. Where I'm from, they call it shacking. What they call it? Shacking. Oh, folks, she's up there shacking up, ain't even married. But it's a new concept. So you mean to tell me what people did thousands of years before was wrong, and now y'all done figured it out? No, you haven't. Because guess what? I got stats to back it up. We're numbers people, right? Psychology Today, in the article, people that cohabitate before marriage are 1.3 times more likely to get divorced than people that didn't. So you have not figured it out yet. The divorce rate in the country is still 60-something%. We have not figured it out yet. So this is the thing. And I'm not saying that you can't live with your partner before you get married. That's between you and what you believe and how you want to roll. But I'm telling you right now, if you think that you're just going to that's a segue to marriage, it isn't. What I've seen, and I think you'll agree, and I want you to jump here in a second here, is that most of the time when a couple moves in together, all it is just easy access to sex and to make sure you ain't cheating. That's really what it is. It ain't about getting to know you or anywhere getting close to marriage. Actually, I think it delays marriage. What do you think?
I agree. I think when we've spoken to people that are living together or have lived together prior to getting married, it's like it delayed the actual progress of getting married, or even if it ever came.
And it's actually a detriment. So what a lot of couples will do is they'll move in together and they start commingling funds. He gets a loan for her to get a car. They take out, they finance furniture. They do all this stuff together, and then all of a sudden, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
So then they got to go to court to get stuff put over here and put over there. And they fighting over they got a dog together. They fighting over the dog. I want
breaking
Fluffy.
Leases.
Breaking leases. All this stuff is just problematic. Why not take the time to get to know each other, get out the bed, get in each other's face, have some serious conversations, Ask the question. It's okay to go over there and see how they live. It's okay to go. Look, you're not gonna fact find your way into a great marriage. I've seen people live together for 10 years, get married, be divorced in 2. I've seen it. Because marriage is a game changer.
Yeah.
It is. You're not gonna fact find your way into a good marriage. And guess what? Here's a secret. You have to build a good marriage. It ain't about I know everything about you and therefore we're gonna have a good marriage. That's not the way it works. You have to fight for a good marriage. You got to do that.
Yeah.
If you want it, you're gonna fight for it. Because guess what? There's no such thing as a perfect person. There's no such thing as a perfect partner, and they're gonna have their idiosyncrasies, and they're gonna do all the things that you don't like, whether you're living with them or not.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out if it's worth it or not. Is it worth spending my life with this person? You gotta figure, and you're not gonna figure it out by waking up with them every morning and seeing the fact that they leave toothpaste in the sink. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I agree.
What you got? Any thought?
And it's funny, we don't do that in any other place when we're trying out something new. So if I'm going to a car dealership, I don't go, okay, I'm going to get a new car. And before I purchase this car, I'm going to drive it around for about 6 months to see if I like it. And if I like it, then I'm going to come back and purchase. Because I need to try it out first.
6 months, yeah. But that's
Like,
funny, though.
that
That's the analogy
happen.
that people use, though. Because when we were dating, and I let people know, hey, I'm getting married. They were like, y'all ain't gonna live together first? People that love me and were mentoring me was like, I was like, no, we're not gonna live together first. Man, I gotta try you wouldn't test drive, you wouldn't buy a car out test driving it. And it's like, that's not the same. It's not the same thing. But your analogy is more right. Like they're not gonna let you drive a car around for 6 months.
Just to test it out.
You might get a couple miles and they're gonna be like, what you doing?
Which means you didn't do your research prior to purchasing, which is what you're explaining is do your research. And how we do research in relationships is communication. Talk about what are your spiritual beliefs? How are you? Do you want children? How do you plan on raising your children? Do you want to discipline kids? Do you have kids? Is there something I need to know about you? What's your track record? Like all those things that should be discussed.
I really think that we are put ourselves on a slippery slope. People don't really unless people are getting married now. People are looking for ways to get around marriage. They want partnership. They want that, but they really don't want to be held down to a marriage. They want that get out of jail free card. They want that escape clause.
Yeah.
And what they're not understanding is that you spend 4, 5, 6 years living with somebody, and then y'all end up breaking. You just lost 4, 5, 6 years away from finding the person that you're really supposed to be with, and you walk away with debt, trauma, hurt, pain, and and then you got dragged into your next relationship.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. So that was a quick hitter. I think there's something that really needs to be talked about. It's a fallacy, guys. It's a lie that people are falling for. The numbers do not back it up. It does not work. And this gentleman, I don't know him. I love cruise season stuff, but I completely disagree on this one.
I agree.
Completely disagree. This is not the way it's supposed to be. And if you are a believer in Christ, this is not what God intended.
Right.
Leave your parents and cleave to your wife, not your girlfriend, your wife, and go off and make a life for yourself. That's the way you get down the road. That's the way you get there. You get to being married for multiple decades. Not by, let me do this trial run, and then it fails. Please like and share. Leave a comment down there. Did you cohabitate before you married? How did that work?
How did it work for you?
If you've been divorced, did you cohabitate before you married? We want to know. So with that,
And
that's enough said.